this gentleman, he successfully sold 3 buildings on Dubai South, which is a very big achievement. Crazy.
When someone comes to you and wants potatoes, sell him potatoes, right?
Not tomatoes.
Don't sell him tomatoes. Yeah.
Free course. So there is ROI, there is ROE, and there is rental yield. What's the difference? Right. How many deals you can say you close from YouTube, if you can share that?
Let's check.
Few months ago, I was talking to this gentleman who was the ex-minister of finance in Russia. He was a very smart guy. He came to CHEKD. We did one episode. The episode was a success. You can watch it, but the end of the episode, I will put that episode so you can watch it. We had a good conversation. We become friends afterwards, and he was very heavy on YouTube and Instagram, talking about Dubai South and the future of Dubai South. And lately, this gentleman, he successfully sold 3 buildings on Dubai South, which is a very big achievement. Crazy. So today I was like, okay, let me do a part 2 with Kamil. How are you, Kamil?
All's great. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Welcome back to Dubai. Welcome back to CHEKD.
Thank you.
We're happy to have
pleasure.
you again.
My pleasure to see you always.
Yeah. How is it going, man?
Can't complain. Yeah, all's good. And that recent deal that came into papers and attracted a lot of attention. It's actually 3 buildings in Expo, which at the same time when we were having that first podcast, I was saying that area is in a position and has the strength to become a new downtown of Dubai.
Yeah. And everybody said, no, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Everyone was still selling that old story that, Dubai Creek is a new downtown.
Yeah, I remember that time. Yeah,
Right.
It was what the market was saying. Dubai Creek is the. But let's touch on that again, because we spoke about it. We spoke about it also on main mic with Amir, that there is a difference between a city center and a downtown.
Yeah, right.
And I think that's what people should understand.
Well, my position is following. With my background from urban planning, from building cities from scratch, I can tell you that 25 years of history of Dubai means it's very young, very elastic. Still, Dubai doesn't have real downtown. That's what I'm saying. And what we have now as downtown is a marketing name. It's a name of a project, right? So there is a definition. What is a downtown? Downtown is a place where we have concentration of companies, of business activities, people doing everything connected to business. That's where what is called downtown, right? Like Manhattan for New York. New York is a big city, but Manhattan is mainly
where people go to work.
Right. So a small portion of people live there. Mainly it's for business events. Now, in Dubai, when it was just developing, the task was to concentrate a lot of people in a new area. For that time, it was a new area for Dubai, where they built mall, offices, entertainment, everything in one place, just to have people coming to Dubai.
To stretch Dubai.
Yes, Dubai to be a touristic and business activity destination, right? Before downtown was created, the actual business activity area was there, right?
Yeah.
Now, when everything was built and it gained some gravity, people start attracting to that area. Now, in 2024, 25, we have an opposite situation.
Yeah, we want them to stop.
Too much people in downtown. And if you look at the master plan of Dubai, they have 5 centers of the areas. So they want to disperse the population evenly.
Yeah, let's talk
and
about
to have area centers so that each area is a 20-minute city where you have 15 to 20 minutes walking distance to all the facilities you might need.
So there is 2 now established, if I'm not wrong. Dubai Marina and downtown, the now downtown.
No, I mean areas.
We said there's 5 main poles in Dubai, or main areas in Dubai. That's the plan. That's the grand plan.
Yes, 5 centers.
5 centers.
Yeah.
But now we are at least, I think, 2 centers, if I'm not wrong.
Depends on how much you count. If the number of people, then yes, definitely JBR and Marina is one of the
It's
city centers.
Yeah, and the
But
second one is
in a full definition of that thing, it should be a balanced center. Like you have a lot of tourists, yes, but it should have also schools. It should have
yeah,
offices, hospitals, yeah, so that each center of the area caters to all the possible residents of the area. Of course, each of them has a specific, like, who is mainly using this area. But to get back to the topic, downtown now needs an extraction of one of the groups of users. You have in downtown three of them in general. Residents, which is the smallest group. You have tourists coming for Burj Khalifa and Dubai Mall. And you have employees and in general business people who come for World Trade Center, for offices, for short business stays and trips. So
they have to now I understand. Though they have to extract one.
Yes, you cannot extract residents. They own properties there.
Obviously.
They like the area. That's why they're living there. You cannot extract tourists because you cannot move
Burj
Khalifa. So the only guys who are not attached to properties are business people.
Yeah, they will follow the business.
That's why it's wise to move them to an area that will be designed from a scratch to cater to their needs, right?
True.
So now when you move them to Expo, which is, I believe now, is a new downtown in terms of a place with a business activity.
Not Creek Harbor.
Yeah, not Creek Harbor, actually. I'll get back to that. How it appeared, even this misconception.
Yeah, misconception about Creek Harbor. Crazy.
Now we have companies like Siemens, NG, Emirates Airlines, DP Global Headquarters sitting currently in Expo, and the number of companies is increasing every week, right? So if you are a transnational company, you have more than 100 employees and you need A-level office, Expo is the only area where you can get it.
So yeah, they're already setting up everything to go there.
Right.
Yeah.
So it means that it's a rising trend. More and more companies will be moving there because right next to them, there will be one of the biggest in the world exhibition centers with all possible business activities. And if you are international company sitting there, you are in 4 minutes away from airport. That's why your employees will be comfortable traveling between offices. And it makes sense for you as a company to be near the airport. But it doesn't make sense for you as a resident to live near the airport.
Yeah.
Right? There's a difference. There are different real estates, different products that cater to different people.
Yeah.
And when someone comes to you and wants potatoes, sell him potatoes, right?
Not tomatoes.
Don't sell him tomatoes. Yeah. Because you have everything on the shelf now.
True.
So you can give him what he wants. You're not in a position where only one project in a year is launching and you need to sell it to anyone who is approaching you.
True.
For Dubai, you have abundance of everything. You have abundance of clients, abundance of projects. Make a perfect match. Why would...
Now it's easier. Maybe the lack of knowledge, unfortunately. Or who's giving the biggest commission.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying in a definition of a business center, Expo is definitely number one area.
I want to ask you something. What's going to happen to the AFC?
Like in any other city, financial center is always sitting apart from a general business area.
Oh, really?
I mean, investment funds, banks, and insurance companies, they have their world inside the world. So they need a separate place. And it's fine because it's also a separate free zone. And it has different legislation. So DIFC will benefit if downtown will see easing of traffic. So it also benefits to DIFC if Expo takes the role of downtown.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I got your point.
So if you are in tech business, if you are in FMCG business, if you are in any other kind of business except finance and insurance, then you have nothing to do in downtown.
Yeah, you go to... Yeah, it's got to be distillated. Yeah, you can have like a clearer... so according to you, when this happens and we're going to extract the people who go, the employees that go every day to Business Bay to work, the traffic will drop everything will be under control. The business will be fluid. The tourists, they will not have like traffic to reach the Dubai Mall, and everything will be easy because Dubai Mall now is a big thing. We cannot escape that.
Dubai Mall and also World Trade Center is the big thing.
Yeah,
During
and
big events, it's paralyzing everything.
And if two things happen in the same time, wow.
Right.
I understand now why the traffic is taking 40, 50 minutes, 1 hour sometimes.
Right.
So, okay, let's come back to the story. The big elephant in the room. 3 buildings, bro.
Let's first finish with the creek.
Oh yeah,
and
Craig.
then
We're gonna talk about the 3 buildings
Yeah.
in a moment. I am so excited to know. I told him don't talk about it, except the podcast. So he was like silent, not to talk about it. Okay, Creek Harbor. You live in Creek Harbor, right?
Yes, I live there.
So he's living in Creek Harbor. So he's not bashing where he's living. He's just saying that Creek Harbor, it will never be downtown, because we know that downtown is the place where people go to work, and Creek Harbor is different.
So initially, as I understand, MR was building Creek Harbor as a better version of the things that people like in downtown.
Okay.
Yeah, boulevards, more greenery. There is water in Creek that you don't have in downtown.
Yeah.
It will be well planned, because by that time when Creek started, downtown was the best community planned by MR. So they are saying that they will have a better version of what people like in downtown, right?
Yeah.
But because of the brokers who do not have enough qualification to understand the narrative, they start spreading it like this is a new downtown. It's a better version of what people like in downtown, but a place with 0 commercial properties, I mean 0 offices, cannot be a downtown.
There's hotels and residentials.
Right. Even if one developer as powerful as MR, with all due respect, if wants to build a new downtown for Dubai, it's not a developer to decide. It's a city authorities to decide where it will be and to use their resources and power to create a new point of attraction for business. So for Creek Harbor, it's my personal choice where I'm living, right? True. So it's one of the best residential communities.
Yeah, I love it. I go there sometimes to have meetings or chill.
And it's beautiful. And you don't need to wrap it into something else to sell it.
Yeah, it sells itself.
Yeah, why would I present it from other side that it doesn't have and put it in a weak position? Like, all the investors coming here to invest $1-2 million, they are smarter than any agent approaching them. Why would you try to deceive him with these false statements when he will be looking at you as a crazy person speaking of a downtown in a place with 0 offices, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
So that's a misconception. That's why I'm saying that Dubai real estate has no problems except brokers. These are the only people who create problems for real estate sector in Dubai. Yeah, right.
Unfortunately, but there also the more you have Asians, the more marketing you do for the city. But like sometimes the marketing is not accurate. But coming back to those 5 points, because it's something I really want to finish. So because I really want to delve deeper into this idea of Dubai having 5 centers.
Okay.
So if we will consider JBR Marina center, not one of the centers, then now Dubai downtown, second one. The third one, do you think it would be Dubai Island? How this 5 center? What are these 5 centers?
Let's do it easier for our viewers. We will maybe attach the map.
For sure, it will be there.
With all the areas, how it will be divided, and the idea of having 15-minute city or 20-minute city. It's a global idea. It's coming from urban planning, and the idea itself is following. You have everything you need in walking distance, so that you reduce the number of hours you use car per year.
So like this, they will fix the traffic.
Right. Also, Dubai is creating air-conditioned walking path. Yeah. So that it will it will support the functioning of these 5 city centers, and to have a walking or cycling connectivity between them.
Wow.
So it is again contributing to less carbon footprint, less traffic jams, and a better experience.
Wow.
I mean, if you are like, today we are wearing jackets and hoodies because in winter Dubai is the perfect city for living.
Yeah, it's the
Right?
best. We are enjoying the weather now.
So if you will have everything you need, including a podcast studio
Yeah.
in every community, right? Why would you travel somewhere in the city? Only on weekends, maybe, or on some special occasions.
Yeah.
You will travel from one part of Dubai to another. But today you are living like me, let's say you are living in Creek Harbor and you are traveling all the way to Barsha for
Yeah.
a studio or for some kind of business
Yeah,
activity.
yeah.
So that's the idea. The ideal case is if you have close to 100% of people living in the area not using cars for their everyday needs.
It would be perfect.
That's how actually Expo is built. Because it's a new community, it was built in accordance with the best world practices of urban planning. That's why the team of Expo, I think they will be also demanded on international level to
Wow.
build communities or cities from scratch, because Expo is doing really well.
So Expo is a company itself. It's a
Expo is a
urban,
team.
Yeah, it's a team.
And well, first of all, it's a team because it's a team of people who enabled the success of Expo, right? Starting from the exhibition itself, because all that complicated structures, pavilions, etc., it was all built right in the middle of COVID without no delays. All right.
That's crazy.
So I have a strong belief that these people can build residential projects, not complicated ones, during normal times.
Normal time, yeah. It's easy for them.
So if you look at Expo, in the heart of it, you have a pedestrian-only area. It's well connected to metro, to underground parkings,
Yeah.
to pedestrian walkways, and it's balanced between number of offices, number of residential projects they have, exhibition center, and you know how the things are assembled.
Yeah.
Gives you an idea that if you're living there, you're not using car anymore, because school is in 500 steps from you, your office is in 50 steps on the other side. Every day your everyday needs like shops, restaurants, entertainment, everything is not more than 200 or 300 meters from you in any point.
So it's one of the centers.
Yes, definitely.
But do you think they will rearrange the other centers, like for example Dubai downtown, like this?
I think that ideally, when you ease in traffic, when you extract number of people, then you can do rearrangements. I mean,
Okay.
maybe you expand roads or you add some public transportation, walking. Recently, His Highness adopted the new plan for a kind of second layer, pedestrian-only roads and boulevards around Museum of the Future.
Wow. So you will have another layer on the top where you can walk.
Correct.
Yeah, I think Hong Kong, they have this kind of technique.
Yeah, because Dubai was built rapidly.
Yeah.
We didn't have enough time to
Think about that.
not to think about that, but to and it was not like an old city that was at some moment it gained popularity and started developing.
Yeah.
It increased population 4 times, so it was like going from a village to a global city in just 25 years.
Yeah.
25 years is, just to give you a perspective, it's like a time of creating 5 creek harbors. That's it. So it's very short. I mean, for development, it takes time.
Yeah.
So 25 years is a very short period. Of course, when you are rapidly growing, you can't do everything ideally. There were mistakes, there were disbalanced places where you don't have enough pedestrian infrastructure, etc. And honestly speaking, people living here were not very used to really walking around.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. We like to.
It was like big family houses where families live together. They don't really need to walk a lot.
Yeah.
And the idea was of having inner space protected from sun and dust. So that was the mindset for planning of the city or a village before it became a global destination. So that's why cars were given priority to connect different let's say there was desert and there were different spots where life.
So you need
life
like
is.
car, yeah.
Like Marina, when Marina and JBR was built, you remember
There
it
were
was
a big gap between Marina and downtown.
right. Why would you need pedestrian areas there,
Yeah,
right?
so yeah,
it makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense. So now they're rectifying that. So you think, to come back to the 5 centers, you have Expo City, that it's gonna be perfect from the beginning.
I think Expo City will be a downtown for that whole strip from Palm Jebel Ali to Al Maktoum Airport.
Okay.
That whole area will be
yeah, it will be like a new Dubai being built.
yes.
And you have Dubai Marina and JBR. They're the second center. You have downtown, Burj Khalifa downtown, third center. Where is the fourth and the fifth?
I'm afraid to be mistaken, but Old City, I mean
Deira.
Deira, including airport area and Mirdif, and the fifth center is behind Creek Harbor. So that area where now you see the projects by MR, like Valley, you have Silicon Oasis over there.
Yeah, that's gonna
So
be
that's-
another center. Yeah.
Right.
So you think that the fourth center, the one with Old Dubai, Old City, it will mix with Dubai Island? Because Dubai Island is a big thing as well.
You know,
it's a
if
heavy part of Dubai being built there.
if we were doing, I'm not sure about the plans, but if we were doing a theoretical exercise, and you asked me like, what would you do if you were in charge?
Yeah. If you were,
I would redevelop Deira as much as I could into a touristic destination of an old city of
Okay.
Arabic style.
yeah.
That's actually, you have it on the bank of creek, right? So on the creek you have an old city styled.
Yeah. Next to the canal.
Yeah, right.
That's a nice place. Sif.
Yeah.
I like that place. I love that place.
You see, it has a very different vibe.
It's have a different vibe. Like I love
from
it.
downtown, and that's what really is interesting for tourists.
Yeah.
Like to touch on culture.
Visit a Sif. I love it.
Right. To touch on the culture and traditions of how
True.
people lived used to live here, right?
Yeah.
And they were perfectly matched that. Plus, I would create because always in any city, either industrial area or old city is turned into art cluster. I would add art cluster into Deira and make it kind of what we have in design district,
Yeah.
but
More
less
culturally or
but
more.
but less fancy,
Yeah.
less formalized, because design district is like a place for big companies.
Yeah. Design is like more fancy as you
Yeah,
say.
these guys from Louis Vuitton, from
Yeah.
big tech companies sitting there. It doesn't have accessibility for street artists, for
Yeah,
small guys who are just starting their creativity career, and we have spots like that in
Yeah.
Al
It can be
Barsha.
the cultural place.
Right. We have these spots in Al Barsha. I've been invited by
Circle. You talking about Circle and Al Quoz?
yes in Al Quds. Yeah,
I love that place, Circle.
Right.
Oh my god, I love that place.
these are the very beginnings of what Dubai can have. Right.
Exactly. You
So-
know, when
and
you go,
and
yeah.
I would rather than turning Al Quds into that, I would rather implement this element into Old City, where you
Yeah.
have, because art should be connected to the roots of the place, to the
True.
culture. So if you mix these two, it gives you way better results.
But you know, Circle is more urban arts,
Right.
and it will be like cultural. It will be like the print of Dubai, or the culture of Dubai, or the history of Dubai. I think that's why they put in Al Quoz the artistic side. Al Quoz is like Wonderland. You're there, you think it's like only warehouses and nothing happening, but inside each warehouse there is another world.
Right.
It's beautiful. There is all the big
Yeah.
gyms there. It's very strange as the way they set it up. I think if they can retune it into an urban art place, and they do the same what you were saying for Dera, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be beautiful.
Why I'm saying that Deira, if I were in charge, and if we are doing again theoretical assumptions, place influences creative people, and creative people in return influence this place with like they're chewing, like
Yeah.
a gum, that vibe of the place, and they're giving it back like they've digested it and they're giving it back.
Yeah, it's like you're telling me
But
that
you
they
never
will be
know-
inspired. Yeah,
You never know in which form they give it back.
yeah, you
Either
cannot
it's
pinpoint
art,
it.
it might be architecture, it might be activities, some other things. So you never guess. That's why when you want to create art cluster, what you do is together with them, you try to bring them into the maximum closest point to the roots, to the culture, and to the very beginning of a city.
True.
In any place where you want to build it.
True. Yeah.
And depending on what kind of buildings you put them in, or what kind of environment you put them in, that will be different outcome.
True.
If you put them into warehouses, well, warehouses are good, you have enough space, but from the outside, it's not influencing them.
True.
It's not giving them any boost.
Yeah, you're right, because it's
Imagine these guys not in warehouses, but being spread among 100 old villas.
It would be it would be very more inspiring. Yeah, in terms of habitat, you're right. In the artist, he have to be in that habitat where he will get inspired. He will see those wooden boats. He will see the buildings, like how life is made, how it used to be. He can see the past, like he can see something, and he will get inspired by the past.
And then what comes out of him,
it would be
out of
level.
his head or out of his inspiration, will be used by the city in everything, in public transportation, in exhibitions, in tourist attractors, in everything. So that's why you want to an environment that can influence them and create a unique product for Dubai.
True. I agree. So, okay, now let's come back to the story of the buildings. Oh, the buildings. Tell me.
You are more interested with money than culture, huh?
I'm interested about it works hand in hand. But I just want to know the story behind you closing 3 buildings in 7 hours. Is that correct?
Yes, 2 buildings were closed in 7 hours.
2 buildings in 7 hours. And the
third one I closed in, let's say, next day, because third one is a number of individual EOIs we applied. So what is the story? We have a new project announced by Expo called Al-Waha.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a G+1, G+2, G+3 buildings. Unique for Dubai because nowhere you can buy a residential apartment or residential project that is G+1, G+2.
Yeah.
Areas like City Walk, Blue Waters, etc., the low-rise communities that people like.
They are like four or 5?
There is a feeling of low-rise community because all the retail is in low-rise buildings.
Yeah.
But all the residential projects, there are 15 floors, 10 floors, 7 floors, right?
But there is those buildings in the middle. They have 10 floors.
Where?
In City Walk.
Yes.
Those are 10 floors.
Yeah.
They feel like they're less than 10 floors.
Because everything you interact with, there are retail spaces, right, around.
Yeah.
So that gives you a feeling. But here, it's actually like you are in among these retail buildings in City Walk or in Blue Waters, but they are residential.
Wow. So it's like Europe.
You are opening a door. You have 1 bedroom loft, 4.5 meters high ceiling.
Wow.
You are exiting your door on the ground floor. You have a small terrace outside, and you are not in a high rise. You are not even on 2nd floor, right? So
I want to buy one.
It's like a small townhouse. If
you
are single,
if
you are single, if you are a couple, you don't need a lot of bedrooms, right?
Yeah.
You need a spacious place, bright.
If I'm like,
And
the artists again, they're like that.
Yeah, and you are you are living on the ground.
Yeah, you're like, it's just
Right?
you don't need to use the lift.
So you can buy literally a small townhouse for less than 2 million.
Wow.
That's
In Expo. The
which-
future of Dubai, yeah.
which is the most demanded area right now. Not most people understand this because not many people understand this because in 26 it will be evident.
Yeah.
But now people don't understand that.
Because in 26, 27, they will deliver all the off plan, and then everybody will look at Expo. Oh, where is the new...
No. In 26, the World Trade Center will move the events there.
Yeah, the 5 million...
2.5 million people and 300 events, which means almost every day an event going on, right? And by that time, by the way, there will be only 600, 700 units available, plus 330 rooms in a hotel. Less than 1,000 units in an area where you have a demand for 5 or 6,000 units.
So it will be a crazy demand and no
Like imagine today,
supply.
today in existing World Trade Center, we demolish all the buildings, right?
Yeah,
we
and they
leave,
reconstruct
we
it.
leave only 2 towers. What will happen to demand in these 2 towers? If today we have only 2 towers around World Trade Center, existing place. So that same thing, that World Trade Center is moving to Expo, right? And we have no offers there. We have no supply.
How they gonna fix that?
They will be building more and more residential projects, but you know, for any business opportunity, you have a window for how long you will have these out of the market returns and profits. So the window is till 2030, because World Trade Center is also expanding that exhibition center. So it will have 600 events. It will have more than 6 million visitors. And recently I've been listening to one of the recently I've been listening to an urban planning forum in Expo, to one of the authorities who was saying that 62,000 people will be daily in that exhibition center for events.
Shit, that's a lot of people.
62,000 people who need accommodation. Even if you pack 2 of them into each unit, how many units you
So
need?
you know what I think is gonna happen? I think Dubai Marina, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Dubai Marina and JLT, they will boom again. Because they will be like a plan B, like not plan B, they will be like the safety. It's a
second option.
Yeah, it's a second option while Expo will build more and then they will go all to Expo.
Right, because there is a metro, right?
Yeah.
So if you are there for event, or if you are there because you need to be in one of these offices, right, international companies, you have 2 options. You either find an accommodation in Expo or any other Airbnb option, which is in JBR, Marina, JBR. It's CHEKD. Not in Dubai South, because you don't need a villa or townhouse, right, for short stay.
Yeah.
You don't rent them. You
and
don't
even
drive
if you
car.
don't have a choice, there is few of them. It's not enough.
Correct. So whatever is available in Expo will be triple the rent of Marina. So we have in Marina some of the highest rents in Dubai. So what will happen to your profits if you are buying a unit 30% cheaper than in Marina? So that's the math why people are snapping on full buildings now, because it's evident.
So this is how you close them.
Right.
Use that.
Yeah.
Free money.
Yeah.
So okay, and if someone wants to buy secondary in Marina now, if someone wants to buy a little bit of secondary in Marina, it's a good investment, because when Expo will be established, Marina will get a little bit of benefits.
Well, if you have options to buy in Marina and in Expo, why would you buy second choice?
No, but like if right. I got your point, but like, you think if someone wants to, because in Marina there is these buildings that are old.
Okay.
You think it's a good idea?
I don't think that if you want to rent out.
For Airbnb.
Yeah, for renting out old building is a good idea, because you will face more spendings on, refurbishments, on minor fixes, on the general feeling, because in an old building you are exiting, you have.
Because Kamil, you said there's 5 million people coming.
Yeah.
And I think it will take 10 years for Expo to keep up with that. During those 10 years, Marina will be, working. We will be like Airbnbs and rentals prices, they will go up, I think. Don't you think?
What you are doing now is you are trying to find gold in dirt, right? Mm-hmm. But the gold is standing apart and it's shining to your face.
Which is Expo.
Saying, hey, if you want profits, they're here. Yeah. Why would you dig for that in the dirt, right? Assuming that people will need in Marina secondary old buildings. If they don't find anything in Expo, it's okay.
If they don't find in Expo, it's okay.
But why don't you invest the same amount of money into the Expo now until you have any stock, right?
Yeah.
Because if you have tier 1 option, why would you go for the same price for tier 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, why you go to... Okay, to come back to the building. So I know why people, they were convinced to buy the buildings, but like, how was the story, how it happens? Like technically, how the story happens? You were sitting one day, you received the message. I want to hear that story. What was the secret of the success?
Mainly, I work with people who want to invest money, not to buy a home for them, right?
Reviews,
And I'm specializing in that. I'm always saying, if you need an apartment to live in, if you're looking for a home for your family, I'm not the best guy for that. And I also said that on the first podcast. I know what I'm good at and what I'm not.
Funny, bro. I'm not
Because if somebody approached me and let's see every possible villa and apartment in Dubai, I want to view all of them. Then I want to view all of Dubai second time, and then I make a decision. I don't have patience for that.
Yeah, you're a numbers guy.
Yeah, on the second viewing, we will have a fight. Yeah, So it's easier for me when someone approaches who wants to make money and doesn't really care for property. It's me to decide where he will invest.
Yeah,
because I know the market, I know figures, I know demand and supply balance. So he needs me as an advisor to tell where he invests to make profits.
Yeah.
So if we don't care for property itself, I mean, big is it, small is it, what color is it, how high is it, etc., then only figures matter. And that part of work suits me more. I'm focusing on that. I'm not doing secondary deals. I'm not doing home buying, right?
You're doing investment.
I'm sharpening one tool where I want to be number one, go-to guy when someone wants to invest money.
Yeah.
And I don't do anything else. So that's my advice also to my colleagues. I mean, don't do everything for everyone. Understand what fits you more. And I have colleagues who do way better than I, let's say, finding perfect home for
a family who wants to live in.
Moving from Europe, from India, etc. And I said that we need more brokers specializing in very particular target audience.
Yes, true.
Let's say single guy moving from US or Europe who wants to live in Dubai and he has a remote work, right? So I'm working with this type of clients, or I'm working with families coming from Europe who have kids who need to be in school.
Yeah, it's another segment of the
completely different target audience.
And they're all coming.
Different set of properties, different approach, etc. So if you are, let's say, female broker, right?
Yeah.
You can win from me every client who wants to move to Dubai and set up a family base, because you can be better in explaining which schools are better.
Yes, true.
Which kindergartens are better. What is your personal experience? Let's say you have kids. What is your personal experience? Where your kids are going? What you know about each of the schools, about supermarkets,
yeah, women are better
stores.
they're better in relocating.
Because in home buying, the decision maker is not husband.
It's the wife.
It's wife always, 100% of cases, right?
Yeah.
It's the minister of interiors.
Yeah.
Yes. So imagine me talking to that profile, to a minister of interiors.
It's different vibes. It's different.
No connection at all.
Yeah.
Right?
You probably would piss her off.
We will be standing, three of us, like her husband, me, and her, and I'm being confused between because I can talk to the guy, but I don't want. I don't know what to tell to her.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It's not natural for me.
Yeah. You prefer to talk about numbers with. You can talk to another lady who wants to invest. Same thing. But you cannot talk to a lady or a gentleman who want to find a home for him to live in.
This lady needs a certain size of kitchen, a certain lifestyle that she has in her country, right? So if you are that agent who understands her, and let's say you have a connection on personal level of, if these two women understand each other, no one will interfere into this deal. They will become clients and friends also.
True.
It happens only if you are focused on that.
Yeah.
As, let's say, as a female agent who works with families relocating to Dubai. That would be a perfect bio, right?
Yeah, that's even a good
go-to lady for any kind of home setting up in Dubai.
It's a good strategy from a business development standpoint, because she will find her place, or he will find. There's some guys are good in relocating as well.
Yeah,
they will find their audience easily targeted. Even marketing wise, they target them easily.
Imagine number of opportunities that this positioning is opening to you in terms of content you set up, right?
True.
You are not speaking about invest into these properties. No, invest is my game. Let's say we compare these two agents, right? Me and this
persona.
Yeah. She's she is telling you buy an ideal home for your family, right?
You're telling them buy this home for investment.
Yeah.
Two different languages.
So in terms of marketing, content you set up,
It will be different.
developers that you focus on,
True.
stock that you have,
Different.
right? So it's a completely other world that again both of us are doing
It's
real
like
estate.
but you're in two different jobs, literally.
Correct.
It's like the two different line of jobs.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why if somebody inquires me and he wants to buy a home, I'd rather pass him to one of colleagues who is specializing in an area, because today maximum level of specializing that brokers have is area specializing.
Yeah, I've seen that, but it's not enough. Now it's gonna be more segmented, more into end user or investor kind of thing.
It's also a possible option, but I think it's a very weak positioning. Okay, I know Creek Harbor, yeah, and I'm waiting for clients who want Creek Harbor. But what happens to that client before he comes to Creek? It means he's already in Dubai, and when he just landed, before he exited airport, he already met 100 real estate agents, right?
True.
Now, if he passed them, and then he needs to research the areas, he will be traveling, looking at them, doing some viewings, right? Again, he met around 100,000 real estate agents. And then he reached you as a guy in Creek Harbor, right? So why would you sit in a last position waiting for your client instead of being the guy who says, before they come out of Switzerland and travel to Dubai, it's you saying them, guys, if you're relocating to Dubai, it's me to help you with the setup of your school, of your ideal home, of your kindergarten, of your medical insurance, of the best hospitals, of the best fit for your husband's travel time to office, together with the travel time to a school, with I know the best yoga, spa, and gym.
It's
spots.
literally a lifestyle.
I know where to buy organic food. I know where to do this, to do that.
I like that. All the supermarket, he or she will have all the lists, all what the family need. That's a good business model, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
But let's come back to your story. The 3 buildings, the 2 buildings in 7 hours.
If I'm specializing in making money on real estate, and real estate is just one of the assets of how people invest, then I'm gravitating more and more people with this specific need. I'm not wasting time on doing everything else. I'm focused only on that. When I look at map, I understand where that scheme is possible, because you cannot sell. Like in an example we used, we cannot sell family homes in I don't know, in downtown, right?
True, it's a little bit hectic for me.
So it's the same with me. I'm focusing on searching where these opportunities are, how and what to advise on the clients, and then you narrow down to projects, to people, to understanding the areas, the opportunities, and you gravitate more and more people, you do deals with them, you gain trust, you gain some authority.
And then they want to top up.
They want to go bigger tickets. None of them is coming with, I have this $10 million. Okay, tell me where I want to invest.
Oh, so these people, they were clients who bought already before from you?
Yes.
Okay.
All of them were coming for, let's say, trial investments, 1-bedroom apartments.
Okay, and then they
nobody is coming with $100 million and throwing it to you, right?
Yeah.
All of them were buying first properties with 1-bedroom apartments just to go through a cycle to understand.
Wow.
Right? Anyway, whatever you say online, whatever your appearance is, they need to go through a cycle.
True.
To work with you for one small example, to see the profits. Then on second stage, they will allocate 30% or 40% of money that they have in disposal, actually.
So you are in the second stage?
Yes.
So there is a third stage. There is a third stage, bro.
Yes. In third stage, you gain trust, and you are actually a partner who is managing their money.
True.
So it's when a client is telling you, this is my bank account, and I'm sending to it, let's say, $5 million per quarter or per half year. I'm allocating this amount of money. I want it to be invested into real estate. Just give me every quarter, just give me a report where you want to invest it.
Yeah. And for you will be always expo, or there is other alternatives in
No,
Dubai?
of course there are. It all depends on a appetite, I mean, how much money
Yeah.
someone wants to invest. It depends on timing. I mean, when he wants to enter and exit.
Yeah.
What is his strategy? He wants to play the capital appreciation game. He wants to buy and sell, or he wants to keep it for renting out.
Mm-hmm.
Or completely different model is the wealth preservation.
Yeah, is to stock the money.
If you put money into some kind of property, tell me which project will preserve the value and the money for the next 50 years.
Expo.
Not necessarily. I wouldn't say Expo is the
Downtown?
best choice.
The
No.
now downtown?
For wealth preservation,
Hmm.
that's what most wealthy people do in family offices and some of the most wealthy families around the world. If they want to pass wealth to next generations, you need kind of assets that hold value in any circumstances. They will not make you rich. They will just preserve value.
Yeah,
they
they'll
will
just
not
stock
lose.
the money instead of the land.
Correct. Land is one of it. And there are other kind of assets, properties, where,
But what type of properties?
let's say Burj Khalifa. Burj Khalifa will always be a landmark for Dubai, right?
True, yeah.
But except Burj Khalifa, what are the landmark buildings you have today in Dubai?
Burj Khalifa, there is...
I'll make things easier for you.
Yeah.
You don't have them. They are under construction. Now you need to understand why you need my advice is to give you points what will be these landmark buildings that will preserve value even 50 years later. And
Wow.
why? So that
Bro,
if you
that's a
invest
clip,
there,
That's a clip. That's a viral clip. Go ahead.
so that if you want to pass this to your kids, let's say not you are not multi-billionaire, you just want this property to be used by your kids, and if they need to sell it, it will at least have the same value
Yeah, it will increment.
with inflation, with everything going on.
It will be saved.
Right. So it should be very rare, very unique, very uncopyable.
So as of now, we have just Burj Khalifa.
Yeah, I think so.
And do you think there is other project that will be like Burj Khalifa in the future that you can
There are a
use
couple.
for like wealth reservation? And you cannot. Do you want to disclose them or you keep
if
them
you-
for?
If you want to
Know them? Contact him.
correct.
Yeah, well, let's keep that. If you want to know them, contact me first.
Yeah.
I will pass you the guy's number. yeah. But that's a good idea. So that's interesting. That's if there is also a third model. There is ROI, there is capital appreciation, and now wealth preservation.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I
Right.
didn't know about that.
Well, again, if you specialize in something,
Mm-hmm.
you go deep with it, with understanding the needs of your clients, and then you go into these kind of details, research, and
Yeah.
knowledge. Then you can fully cater their needs, right?
Yeah.
So another thing is that 90% of brokers you will talk to about investment, they know some terms from that field, and they are using them like the balls
Yeah.
without understanding
Yeah.
fully, like ROI, let's say. What is ROI? Do you know?
Return on investment.
Okay, how is calculated?
ROI, so how much money you invested, and on like yearly basis, how much money you're making. Let's if it's like 5%, 8%, 15% if you're lucky.
Okay.
So it will take few years into getting back the money you invested, but you have still
Okay.
you have
What
the
is-
balls, bricks,
Then-
as you call them.
Then this final question that puts everyone into a pause. What is the difference between rental yield and ROI?
I don't know. Tell me. Burst
Because-
my bubble.
Because we have different words for that, right?
Yeah.
There is a reason.
But a rental yield is just that percentage you're getting. ROI, if you sell the apartment after 10 years, then you had the full ROI. If I'm not wrong.
There is also ROE.
Return on equity.
Yeah.
So rental yield is ROE?
No. These are
Okay.
three different definitions.
Okay, that's a good thing. Free course. So there is ROI, there is ROE, and there is rental yield. What's the difference?
So for ROE, return on equity, it's you invest X amount, and on that X amount, how much money you made on top of it when you sold the project sold the asset you have.
So it's
Right.
capital appreciation.
Yes, it's capital appreciation.
So ROE is a synonym for capital appreciation.
Not exactly, because capital appreciation, let's say if you bought with a mortgage, you have 20% of your equity, right?
Yes.
And then you bought with the mortgage 2 years later, your appreciation is 10%, right? But your return on equity is more, because 10% appreciation is for the full sum, for 100%.
Yes.
But from this 100%, you put down only 20, and 80 was put down by the bank.
So you're having a lot of like a lot of return, and you paid little.
If you had 10% appreciation in 1 year,
So it's 10 plus 80, so it's 90.
no, it's 20% is your share in that asset that you bought. That asset increased in price for 10%. So when you resell it, your equity in that was 1/5
of the full
of the
amount.
cost of the. So return on your equity
Yeah,
will
because
be 50%.
which is good.
So you have appreciation, which is 10%, and ROE will be 50%, right?
Yes, because you paid only 20%
Correct.
from the apartment or whatever unit
So
it
that's
is.
the difference. Now,
Okay.
when we go for rental yields, it's a percentage or a sum how much you get from the cost of your property, right?
This is you're talking about rental yield.
Yeah, rental yield.
What's again rental yield?
It's how much rent you get per year
For your apartment.
for your apartment, yes.
Per year, not
Yes.
per month.
You can rent it out yearly, you can rent it out monthly, but
All right.
in general,
So whatever it
always-
is, year or month, it's a rental yield.
we calculate annualized returns for rents,
Yeah.
for,
It
for
doesn't
resale.
And ROE now?
No, ROE is what we
ROI,
discussed.
sorry.
Yeah.
ROI? Sorry.
ROI is return on investment in general.
So,
I'll give you a hint.
okay, so you're telling me that ROI is the bigger picture. So rental yield is included in ROI.
Yes, but it's not everything.
It's not so it's a part. So okay, now I got it. So ROI is the general thing, and whatever comes under it is yeah.
Because when somebody tells you that ROI is 8%, he's giving you rental yield. He's not giving you
Yeah,
ROI. Right?
That's rental yield. So ROI is the general thing. So ROI is after you sell the apartment, you can sell the final ROI. I made this amount of rental yield on the apartment or the villa on yearly basis, and then I sold it for this capital appreciation. So that's the final ROI.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're those 8% on a yearly basis, those are rental yields. They're not ROI.
Correct.
But can you explain to me again ROE? Because ROE you explained to me only through the mortgage. How you can tweak it to have more margin.
I used mortgage just to give you an idea that appreciation rate and ROE can be different.
Okay.
That's why we have different terms.
Yeah, but ROE for a non-mortgage example, what is ROE?
Let's say we buy off plan, we resell it before final installment, right? So you have still 50% to be paid to developer, and your apartment appreciated by 30% already. Let's say you are in 6 months before handover.
If you resell it,
Yeah,
that's an
if you-
ROE.
If you resell it, because you didn't have rental yields, right? It's pretty simple. So you bought it for 1 million. Now it's the market price is 1,300,000, but you paid only 500,000.
Yes.
So on your 500,000, you get, when you resell it for 1.3 million, you get 300 on top of it. Right?
Wow. So you get on top of it is as if you bought it all.
Yes, correct. That's a common thing that every agent understands. When you are reselling an off-plan property before final installment, you are getting the full appreciation, but you didn't pay fully for the property. Wow. So that's how you make money for off-plan properties, when you are reselling before final handover or when you are reselling the property with post-handover. Right? That's
crazy. So if I bought 50% from an off-plan apartment and it's appreciated with, let's say, 200K, if I resell it with just paying 50%, I will get those 200K.
Yeah.
So if I wait to pay it all and then sell it, I will also have this 200K.
Correct.
So it's better for me to sell it before paying it.
Your investment will have different, what I call performance, because if you resold the property before final payment, your gain is around 60%. Let's say if you paid it, you get...
It shrinks.
Yeah. Wow. No, it's 60%, and if you paid it, it's 30%.
30%, yeah, it will be smaller.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I never heard about, yeah.
It's important if, let's say, you are having money in different assets, so you are taking this money out of Bitcoin, let's say, and you are investing it into property. So you need to understand, let's say, Bitcoin gives me, I don't know, 1% per month, 2% per month, or 10% per month performance, right? I want to compare where I put my money, or no, not in Bitcoin, maybe I have a factory.
Yeah.
If I inject more money into production, I get more returns, right? So I know that my net income from that amount of money I invested into production will be this amount of percentage. So if I allocate that into real estate, it will be this amount of money.
Wow,
because
ROE and ROI.
In this case,
who
you
thought
need to
it's
understand.
different? Yeah, I never like. Thanks for the information. That's free
no, I mean,
course.
Agents understand that ROE, ROI are different.
Well, I'm not an agent.
What
but,
everyone confuses is that ROI is not rental
yield. Yeah,
it's
now that's the. Yeah, for me it's all new. I just knew ROI.
And then you to give an exact figure, you go a bit deeper, because ROI is always annualized.
And rental yields there.
And you build ROI for the lifetime of the project. I mean, if you buy apartment off plan, then you rent it out, then you resell.
That's the whole process is ROI. Before
Yearly.
that, it would be called rental yield or return on or capital appreciation.
Correct.
So ROI is the whole picture.
Correct.
Thanks for that. But now you didn't still tell me the story, or you're pumping all this information. Tell me the story. You wake up one day. Okay, I also want to say something. I feel like I'm a part of that success.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a part of that success. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because we, like, few months ago, we sat, you and me, and we spoke about YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I think YouTube was, for some people, it's just a place where they watch videos, but YouTube was one of the reasons for you to do what you're doing. You're already interested in YouTube and content. And when we met and we sat, and you sat with my team and all of that, we kind of worked together to create for you YouTube presence with Khalid, shout out to Khalid, and Ziad. I always confuse Zaid or Ziad. I always confuse his name. Is it Ziad?
Ziad.
So we sat all together, and now you're working with them and all of that, where we are trying to always create for you these things, and they're working. Even though some people, they say, oh, you have now how many subscribers on YouTube?
1,200.
1,200. And for this number of subscribers, how many deals you can say you close from YouTube, if you can share that?
Let's check. I'm tracking number of leads and number of deals I'm getting from.
And that's organic.
Yes,
that's
not paid
organic.
ads. That was 120 leads. So
from 120 leads, how many of them they went to fruition and they become clients?
30 or 40 deals.
So from 120, we're talking about, let's say 35 deals.
Yeah.
So that's like 8%? I'm bad in math. I suck in math.
No, that's 25, man.
25%.
Yeah.
Organic.
Yeah.
YouTube. And okay, that was the twist is not this. How long? That's the twist.
So yes, as you said, we met, we discussed YouTube, because I've tried doing this short form content.
It's also good, but it's low ticket.
It's not, short form didn't work well for me, because I like talk about things in nature, where this coming from, where it's going.
You need minimum 7-minute video.
I cannot pack that into 30 seconds. So
it's impossible.
For me personally, that didn't work. It doesn't mean that it's bad. I mean, there are guys who do great in short form, right? And they have hundreds of leads per day. And it doesn't depend even also on ticket size. For me, what worked is YouTube. because as we discussed with you, it's always about you first, like what you are more comfortable with, like what you are specializing on, what you want to deliver. Actually, you come in front of the camera, what you want to tell.
Yeah, we spoke about it, like the numbers and
different people. And if you want to deliver knowledge about numbers, figures, etc., you cannot clip them into 30-second emotional videos, because in my case, emotions don't sell, right? Imagine me dancing and jumping around. Saying, invest in here.
It doesn't work.
It's not my cup of tea.
The only serious short form you can do is podcast clips, but again, 1 minute 30 is not enough sometimes.
But that's the aftermath. It's not the main reason. Yeah. So you to be able to do these short clips, it's just the main idea is that you do YouTube format, and then
you clip it out.
Clip it out, but the main thing is to do the YouTube video, because whoever gets interested in this short form, he will get to the big
But
video.
you also harnessed your own audience from YouTube, like those 1,000 something subscribers. I think 80-90% of them, they came from YouTube. They can come from Instagram.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying, because I put a link to YouTube, of course, in Instagram also, but mainly when you look at the stats of the videos, mainly people are coming from browse features or YouTube discovery features, and I'm totally fine with
those are the people
1,200 followers is totally fine for me, unless they're coming people who buy full buildings,
Yeah, because what I learned from you, because all my clients are case studies, I learned from you that big ticket clients come from YouTube more than Instagram 100 times.
Yes, I know some.
Because if I'm not wrong, we spoke about it. If you allow me to share it, one of the buildings were sold because of YouTube.
Yeah.
Voila. And that's a big ticket client. Maybe the other client came from a different story. Maybe he was one of the people who bought only one unit, and then he wanted to go to a full building.
And that 20 other deals that came also in this particular project, I mean, for the previous launch in Expo, I sold another 15 or 16 apartments, and all of them came from YouTube. And the previous launch also, and the previous launch also, right?
Yeah.
So there is a compounding effect. Like if you put out a lot of content about something.
Compound effect is the best. Yeah.
About Expo, or about investment opportunities, or about how you calculate properly things, then maybe someone will watch one video, he close it down, but then he will see another one, he will buy one apartment with you, and then I have cases when a client bought something with me, and then he's getting back again from YouTube.
Yeah, because it's like a follow-up. You're not following up with the phone now. You're following up through content.
Yeah, he's saying, I've seen a new video. What is this?
Yeah, it's a follow-up.
I know I don't have now I don't have enough time to follow up with all the clients.
They're following up in the content.
So they are coming back on their own and saying that, I've seen this
video. I want that.
Like,
wow.
Are we going for that or not? Or is that a good one or not? You see?
Bravo, bro. You're killing it. You're killing it.
So that's what I'm saying. If you check the stats, a total number of views, right, for YouTube. So it's 1,261 subscribers. 62.
62, yeah.
Now,
one just came.
Yeah, one just came while we were recording the content. Okay.
And in YouTube, one new subscriber, you have to be happy because it's super slow.
Yeah.
So we
go for the last 90 days. As I started YouTube, you have 27,000 views.
So just 27,000 views
in total. It sums up in 35 or 40 deals.
Wow, that's crazy.
Including that buildings, right?
Because those are called in phases, prospects, then leads.
Yeah.
So from 20,000 prospects, you get like 100 something leads.
120.
From 120, we're talking about
35, 40 deals.
Wow. But also,
again, it doesn't mean that YouTube is better than Instagram or better than TikTok.
It depends on the niche.
It's first what you want to tell, who you are specializing.
Okay, I want to ask you. I think you also close from Instagram. But how many deals you close from Instagram?
I have that also.
Yeah, of course you have to.
You know, our clip gained more than 1.5
Yeah,
million views.
yeah, we have
right?
a 1.5 million views, and your episode, the previous episode with me, is the third most watched episode on Czech Talks.
From Instagram, where I have 5,000 followers, and I have clips that gained more than 100,000 views or 1.5 million views, it's 10 deals.
Wow. So the conversion rate in YouTube is
It's, It's personally my case.
Yeah, I know.
But
I know.
I know some guys, my friends, we were comparing that. They never do YouTube because it didn't work for them, for what they want to deliver to clients, but they are closing approximately 50, 60 deals from Instagram or TikTok only per month.
But correct me if I'm wrong, they boost.
No, it's organic.
So they're building their personal brand for a long time.
They are, doing this content on production scale,
Yeah.
They are posting a lot, and they are fit for that.
Yeah. No, for you don't need to post a lot because you have expo. That's it.
It's
So,
my it's not only
investment.
about
Investment.
Yeah,
You
investment
are more
side.
into like 80% expo.
Because I'm also advising people to invest into Dubai Water Canal, into Dubai Islands, into some villas where you can see a lot of gain in value in future. Again, I'm not.
And also, you're a luxury property expert as well.
Yes, I do advising on branded residences.
Branded, the real branded residences.
The trick is that in investment and in branded residences, it's one same tool that I'm using, and that gives me this advantage compared to any other broker. It's always about one proportion. If you want to make money and if you are investing, it's about the price and the value.
Yeah.
If there is a gap, more value for less price,
that's better.
That's better because when the price will catch up with the value, that's how you make profits.
Voilà.
Same works with branded residences. If brand adds more value than what you have as a price reflection now, that's a good deal. But if that's just a badge by a brand and they price it
very high,
40% higher than ordinary building, it will inevitably depreciate, right? Come in a balance.
True.
So that's branded residences is more difficult choice for people than going for any other kind of properties. Same with investment. Only 10 or 15% of deals, I think, bring really investment definition sense.
Yeah. Remember when we spoke about me and you last time on the Zoom call? We spoke about what do you call it? Dubai World Island. Dubai World Island. About like where there's Monaco or whatever they call it. I don't remember. The Dubai World Island, right?
World Islands.
The World Island, yeah. You told me something very interesting. You told me that, Walid, look, the only way, because Dubai World Island is a very, the project is a little bit slow. Like they don't know what to do with it.
Well,
in a way, even though it's interesting, I like it. There is a lot of potential in it. It's amazing. I don't know why I've been to that Monaco place. It's amazing. I loved it. I spent 4 days with my fiance there. We loved it. And I don't understand why it's slow. And you told me they have to do there
will be
what do you call it? You called it a
remastering.
Yeah,
or relaunch of the
a relaunch. Yeah.
So what I'm always saying that it's concept or idea and its implementation or execution that defines whether you will make money on that or not as a developer. And if that project was slipping and it was not performing well, or there are other projects, let's say, not to talk about World Islands, but other projects, if something is slowing, is not selling fast, if there are some problems with sales, there are projects like that in Dubai also, always the root cause is in the concept, not even in the price. It can be very expensive, but can be selling really good.
Because of the concept.
Yes, because of the concept. So, because I have that experience, I'm fortunate to have that in my backpack of creating product. not selling product, but creating. These
Creating,
are
yeah.
different words.
That
right?
was your first job, not first, but that was your main job in Russia, is like
Yeah.
building
right.
communities.
Building, yeah, you need to figure out how to build a city in a place
Voilà.
where there you have nothing, right?
Hmm.
So it's I've been on the other side of this game where now developers or government is doing, and from that perspective, you can see why some projects are doing well, some not, and there are a couple of projects. I think it will be a topic for completely other video. Maybe we'll have this talk with a big screen to explain.
Yeah, I have
what
an idea.
can-
Poddster,
Yeah.
we need you to do that for us. I think it's time to wrap up the podcast. The time went very fast. I just checked now. Kamil, I'm very happy that I knew you. We had like an amazing podcast. I'm happy that I benefited you in a way. More things to happen. Now you are richer, so you're gonna we're gonna talk about other things outside soon. Kamil, he will have his own little new type of content that you will like. We'll keep it as a surprise now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be YouTube. And Kamil, you've been checked again.
Thank you very much, Walid.
Bro,
Well,
I was shocked. I've seen
yeah.
the timing.
Walid's podcast was the first podcast I've did, and it really a lot of people know me just because of that first podcast, and my YouTube channel got a momentum because we did that episode.
Yeah.
And I got into really, this podcasting thing
Yeah.
thanks to that first episode we did. So I really want to thank you for that one, and
Thank
for
you.
all the next consulting we had and all the hints that you gave me. Now that if anyone thinks that YouTube is a good fit for him, then
Yeah.
I would definitely say that Walid is one of the guys who can take you on this journey.
Thank you for that. You
Yeah.
heard it. You heard it from someone who made it through YouTube. And it's a very strong tool. This social media and YouTube, this is a very strong tool. But again, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. I think
Right.
you're fit for it. Not everybody can be fit, especially YouTube. Instagram is easy, but YouTube, specific people, they can make it in it.
Right.
And thank you. See you soon again. Like, subscribe, and whatever you want to do. Bro,
Okay.
that was good. We're gonna keep it for another one. Yeah, let me call him to start the. Bro, I will turn off the cameras.
Don't turn
Okay.
on the lights.